Hi, wherever you're joining me, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to India Tech Report, a platform dedicated to chronicling and supporting the growth of India's deep tech and climate tech ecosystems, with the occasional segue into other areas of tech entrepreneurship. I'm Hari Arakli, and this is the Daily Brief. And it's time for another episode of Climate on Monday. So let's get started. India's central bank is finalizing rules to require banks and financial institutions to regularly disclose and manage climate-related financial risks, Reuters reports. The disclosures will be voluntary for fiscal 2027 and mandatory from 2028, covering exposure to climate risks, mitigation strategies, and scenario-based stress testing for extreme weather events. The move aims to boost transparency and align with global climate objectives. Singapore and China are advancing joint efforts in sustainable finance, focusing on aligning their green taxonomies and improving cross-border investment, Business Times reports. At their recent Green Finance Task Force meeting, officials highlighted progress on interoperable standards, deployment of the multi-jurisdiction common ground taxonomy, and leveraging technology for emissions monitoring. Initiatives also target green syndicated loans and increased collaboration in green bond issuance, biodiversity finance, and technology-driven solutions. European Union financial watchdogs propose requiring national regulators to add environmental, social, and governance, meaning ESG, risks to bank and insurance stress tests for more consistent supervision, Green Central Banking reports. The plan emphasizes climate and environmental factors initially, with social and governance risks added gradually. Experts question if current climate stress tests adequately capture financial losses, highlighting the need for action beyond analysis. Meanwhile, climate tech investments in Europe fell sharply in the first half of 2025, plunging 71% year-on-year to 6.2 billion euros, Sifted reports. This decline follows a surge in 2024 caused by unusually large debt deals like the €5 billion Transvolt round. While late-stage deals disappeared, early-stage investing has stayed steadier. Industry insiders say the market is digesting previous investments and bracing for further opportunities, Sifted reports. And a UK NGO, Opportunity Green, has warned that airlines risk lawsuits for labeling all alternatives to kerosene as sustainable without robust proof, Climate Change News reports. Fraud and greenwashing claims are rising, especially with questionable sustainable aviation fuel supply chains. Regulators have already penalized airlines for misleading environmental claims, urging accurate terminology and transparency on fuel sources and true climate impact. Meanwhile, American electric vehicle maker Rivian is launching its first UK office in London to tap into the city's, quote, world-class, unquote, AI engineering talent, according to Sifted. The hub will accelerate development of autonomous driving and AI technologies for Rivian's vehicles. This move signals Rivian's commitment to advanced vehicle tech and expansion into the European market. Let's have a couple of big tech headlines. Apple has agreed to purchase $500 million worth of rare earth materials from MP Materials, a Pentagon-supported US producer, TechCrunch reports. The multi-year deal aims to secure key minerals used in iPhones and other devices while reducing reliance on Chinese supply chains. This partnership strengthens US domestic production of critical materials and supports Apple's commitment to supply chain resilience and sustainability. And Microsoft has struck a deal with Vaulted Deep, an X-Prize winning startup, to transform biomass waste into long-term carbon storage as part of the cloud giant's carbon removal efforts, Bioenergy Insight reports. The process involves safely injecting treated agricultural biomass deep underground, locking away carbon for centuries. This partnership advances scalable, verifiable carbon sequestration and highlights increasing corporate investment in novel carbon removal technologies. Here in India, Transvolt Mobility has raised $20 million from the International Finance Corporation as part of a $50 million financing round to expand its electric vehicle fleet, according to an IFC press release. This is IFC's first equity investment in an EV platform in India and globally. This will enable Transvolt to scale its electric fleet portfolio to 3,500 vehicles and create 8,200 jobs in the next 5 years. It will also support the company's long-term goal of deploying 8,000 heavy commercial EVs such as buses and trucks across India. Transvolt operates an OEM-agnostic EV platform serving both public and private sectors. Space Rocket and Exploration, an Ahmedabad-based space tech startup, has raised $3 million in pre-seed funding led by a family office and angel investors. The money will help Space launch its Infinity One prototype, a modular vehicle for cost-effective satellite delivery to low Earth orbit. Space will expand R&D, manufacturing, and hiring. Now a few deep tech headlines that have a direct bearing on sustainability. Japanese researchers have developed ultra-thin, lightweight, and highly flexible solar panels that can be attached to a wide range of surfaces, from fabrics to curved structures, Tech Explore reports. The breakthrough aims to enable energy generation on clothing, vehicles, and buildings without adding bulk. These panels offer promising durability and efficiency, opening new applications for solar technology in everyday life and emerging industries. Elsewhere, a team of researchers has achieved 34.58% power conversion efficiency by layering a self-assembling perovskite monolayer on traditional silicon solar cells, the scientists wrote in a new paper in the journal Nature. The technique allows for denser, uniform coverage, boosting light absorption and extraction. Although demonstrated under lab conditions on a small scale, this breakthrough could reduce solar costs and assist global renewable adoption if made commercially viable. In another breakthrough, scientists at the Worcester Polytechnic Institute developed a scalable, energy-efficient hydrometallurgical process to recycle lithium-ion batteries, recovering over 92% of critical metals. The recycled cathode powders perform almost as well as new materials, with batteries retaining up to 82% capacity after 500 cycles. This innovation addresses battery waste, cuts carbon emissions, and supports a circular economy for clean energy. While I'm not necessarily one to end my briefings with bad news, with the world likely to exceed the Paris Agreement's 1.5 degrees centigrade target, some scientists are suggesting setting 1.7 degrees centigrade as a new focus to maintain momentum on climate mitigation, New Scientist reports. Achieving even 1.7 degrees centigrade would require surpassing current emission pledges. The most optimistic scenario predicts warming stabilizing at 1.9 degrees centigrade by the century's end, highlighting the mounting challenge of reining in global temperatures. Okay, that's it for today. You can find links to all the headlines in the show notes wherever you get your podcasts. For in-depth conversations with entrepreneurs, investors, industry leaders, and other stakeholders building India's deep tech and climate tech ecosystems, please listen to my India Tech Report in Conversation podcast. To support my work, please subscribe to my free newsletter, India Tech Report, if you'd like to get all these in one place. I'm Hari Arakli. Thank you for listening.